Hello everybody and welcome back to, well, I say welcome back, welcome to the start of a brand new series. So this is Sword of the Stars, an older game, like early 2000s-ish. Let me lower that volume because it's a little too loud in my ears. It does have a sequel. We don't talk about the sequel because it's not great. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever, I'll admit, but it does have a fair few issues with it that significantly hamper the ability to enjoy it compared to the original. So, like I said, we just don't really talk about the sequel. I would love to see another sequel for the series, and one that is actually, a lot better. I do want to mention, if the text is hard to read, I'll try to look into a better way of adjusting the screen resolution. It is running at my screen's native resolution, which is 4K. Personally, it is like just on the edge of being legible to me. But prior to me starting this recording session, I did attempt to lower it down to 1440p, hoping that that would be better. But unfortunately, I had issues where the game was just giving me a black screen on the monitor in which the game is actually located on. In theory, I could try playing it through OBS, but the latency for that I don't think was gonna really work all that well, so we're not doing it that way. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop in. Now, the game does have scenarios you can play, and I don't know, maybe we'll consider doing those in the future. I don't know. That's not the plan for this. We're going to do just a regular old custom game. I think we're going to go ahead. Nope, not arm. We're going to go into a spiral. And I'm going to crank this number of stars up as high as it'll go. We'll, I think, leave the rest of those at the default. We have up to 8 players we can do, and we have 6 races available. Got the humans, the Hiver, the Tarkus, the Lear, the Zool, and the Morigi. You know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and I think let the cinematics play first before we hop in. And this will sort of explain some stuff regarding what lore there is for the game. There's admittedly not a lot because it's not a game intended for that, but there is a little bit of world building that exists. So I'm going to shut myself up and let the cinematics play. There's a couple of them.
Early in the 22nd century, humanity escaped from Einstein's cage. The giant ring-shaped engines of the node drive gave us the power to leap to the nearest star at many times the speed of light. After centuries of dreaming, we were finally free to leave the cradle of our homeworld. It took us years to build the Earth's first colony ship. The Nova Maria was a symbol for all mankind. Soon it was loaded with humanity's best and brightest. They prepared to depart, ready to inherit a galaxy which we had long ago decided was devoid of intelligent life. The universe was all out there for our taking. Someone should have told that to the Hivers. They came in silence. No statement of intention, no declaration of war, without even a demand for our surrender. They hit us without warning. Within seconds, our dreams of peaceful expansion were so many burning meteors falling to Earth. We barely survived the first Hiver incursion. Years later, we would find that we had faced only a small nesting fleet. We had yet to see the full power of the swarm. But the hive was not the only threat. When we ventured forth, we soon encountered the ruthless legions of the Tarka. And eventually, the phantom fleets of the enigmatic Lear. And so, we learned how to build bigger, stronger ships, more powerful weapons. Humanity had to explore, expand, and even conquer, just to hold our own in a universe where weakness was extinction. In order to survive, we learned to wield the Sword of the Stars.
We are the chosen ones, born of the divine. We are shaped in the image of the great masters, born to serve them in the infinite depths. We are warriors, wise men, fathers, masters. And this is the time of our ordeal, the Great Silence, when we will prove ourselves worthy to join the immortal gods and hear their voices once again. It took years to rise from the world of our spawning. It took decades to reap the wisdom of our first quarry. But our wiles are unlimited, and our thirst for knowledge strong. We have lain quietly in the shadows for more than a century, skulking among the darkened hulls of dead ships, raiding the periphery for slaves and secrets. We tear apart flesh and steel, mind and memory chip, seeking the spark of truth, seeking the gods of our birth. And always, we hunger for more. The time has come. We can wait no longer for the great masters to return. Our numbers increase daily. Our children hunger. Our females lust for war. This galaxy is unworthy of its gods, overrun by ignorant, arrogant slaves, mindless insects, pompous lizards, chattering apes, blaspheming rebels. It is time to teach them all their place in the great scheme. They will learn to serve their betters or die. As it was commanded, so it shall be done. We will sweep all enemies from our path. In the darkness of this galaxy, we will forge an empire of light. We will be worthy. We will find the gods wherever they are hiding. We will end their silence and become their claws once again. Born of fire, born of steel, born of science, born of blood.
Look to the skies, children of the dust, and heed my words. I am first among travelers, lord of the night sky, and leader of the clans. I am the voice of the starborn. While you crawled, we flew. While you dreamed of wings, we knew the stars. We came down to share with your ancestors, but we returned to find death. Our females slaughtered, our worlds picked over like carrion. You have laid us a banquet of sorrow. You have risen from your dark depths, your twisting tunnels, your dung-reeking cities, your pitiful nests of stone. and your fields of blood to lay claim to the very stars. Blindly you wander, violating the tombs of my fathers, until you lose your pestilence upon my wives and daughters. And I say, enough. Real war is coming. The travelers will yield no longer to any who crawl, in land or sea. Find some other place to build your foul nests, and fight your petty battles. These stars are sacred, and they are mine. So look to the skies, children of the dust, and see my coming. I am the dragon with 1,000 wings. My people are no longer in hiding, and now we darken your skies like a murder of crows.
Okay, so that will have hopefully somewhat explained the mentalities of the various races. The first four that were released with the game were the humans, the Hiver, the Tarkus, and the Lear. Then you had Born of Blood, which introduced the Zool, and then finally Murder of Crows, which introduced the Morigi, or however it's pronounced. I'm probably butchering that. They do all play differently, and we will, or I can, explain a little bit more about the various races once we actually get into the game. So let's go ahead and, or well, I say as we get into the game, more accurately once we start interacting with the various races. We're going to go ahead and have all of them on, no reason not to. I am going to kick up the combat turn length from the default of 240 or 240 seconds. I feel like that is far too short for the way some of these battles go. There is no no like unlimited option for this, which, you know, is kind of good and bad in a way, because then you're not stuck in a battle forever when you get stuck dealing with an enemy that's hiding in the corner of the map, which is not really an issue so much for most of the races, but there is one in particular that causes issues sometimes, and it's just due to the way their game mechanics work. So let's go ahead and hop in. We're going to play normal difficulty. We're just going to keep the initial treasury, colony, and technologies down at the defaults, and same with the efficiencies. Literally the only thing we're changing is number of stars in a spiral galaxy and combat turn length. Let's go ahead and hop in. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and call this LP. Makes my life a little easier to know what this one is. And we are going to be playing as the humans. Because of course we are. What else will we play as? And I like that icon. Sure, we're going to go with that one. Done. And everybody else is going to be random. Let's go ahead and launch the game.
System update.
Okie dokie. So, we are not on Earth. Rather, it looks like we are on Aldebaran. Let's go ahead and start exploring our tech tree. I think the first thing oh Jesus, that's gonna take far too long. I was gonna say I think the first thing we're gonna do is grab something that'll increase our research rate, which this would have helped with that because it's industrial output. Well, actually, that wouldn't increase our research rate, actually. But it does. Well, it could maybe potentially because we could divert more resources towards research. But yeah, no, that's going to just take far too long. Waldo units do help with that, and they are going to take a lot less time to research. Let me go ahead and do that.
Full funding received, sir. Thank you.
Yep, and we should already have some default designs, and we do. They are not the greatest, admittedly, but we don't really have any options in terms of making changes to them. So we're going to leave them as is for now. And we have a couple of places that we can visit. Now, we don't have a ton of money. My plan is 2 armors, a tanker, and a colonizer. We're going to lose 30,000, and we have 80,000 in the bank right now. So we are already going to be losing money.
Getting up.
Before we even get to the first planet, that's going to take 2 turns for all of those. Okay. We're going to, well, no, I guess I'll keep that hidden for now until we have a reason to expand it. Namely, once we've encountered a race. Because I feel like being able to see their names before you actually encounter them is kind of cheating, because you can potentially make guesses as to what they are. Although admittedly you can probably even do that by opening the diplomacy window, but we're not going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and end our first turn.
System update.
Okay, and there's our first armors. And then we have some more money, so we're going to go ahead and queue up 2 more armors, another tanker, and another colonizer.
Construction project initiated.
And continue.
System update.
Okay, Alpha Fleet is going to move down to
Course
Avalon.
plotted. Engaging node drive.
And again, we have money, so 2 more armors, tanker, and a colonizer.
Aye, Commander. We will have those ships out
And
in
we're
no
going to
time.
also, I think, adjust our spending a little bit to have a bit more priority towards research. We don't need as much going into savings right now.
System update.
Do another turn.
System update.
Okie dokie, now that's a little too much. I'm going to go ahead and put you guys in your own fleet. And Beta Fleet is, I think, going to go ahead over to Epsilon. No, you can't access. You can't reach it. It's too far away. Okay. Okay. That's no problem. Well, shit. What's your guys' range? 9. In theory. Really? Yeah, range 9. Really? You can't make it to any of these other places? Well, I'll be. Okay. Guess we're going to be holding off on that then. Let's go ahead and have the colonizer down here
landing
colonize
now, Commander.
Avalon. That is slightly annoying, but okay. It looks like we're going to need to go ahead and research better engines pretty much immediately. And I never started my timer, so I'm going to have to be looking at
System
OBS.
update.
Okay, now we're going to be losing money for a little while on Avalon because it's, you know, needs to be developed and everything. Go ahead and I'm going to dump money into research. I want this done ASAP. Can I get this down to 1 turn? There we go. Now, one thing to note about researching this game. It says 1 turn left to finish researching, but you can go over budget. So it says 1 turn, but it might actually take 2. We'll see. But nonetheless, we need to do that because I want to go ahead and get us onto something else for
System
research.
update.
And we are over budget. Well, in that case, I'm going to go ahead and take away some of their money because they clearly don't need it as much. And we shall continue on. Move you there. Move you there. Now, admittedly, these guys aren't great since they can't actually get to any of these in a timely fashion. But, yeah, I may actually end up wanting to scuttle these because they're just not that useful as they currently stand. I need to... Where's my engine tech? Over here. I need to get pulsed fission drives and recombinant fissionables. Both of those will increase our range, which will allow us to hopefully get to those other locations in a timely fashion.
System update.
You guys are really trying to push your budget, aren't you?
System update.
Over time and over budget. But at least we finally have this tech director.
Yeah, it's annoying it took you guys as long as it did. Let's go ahead and... Okay, it did actually shave off some time on research. Let's go ahead and get pulsed fission drive first.
Initiating research project.
Take 4 turns in theory. And yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to go ahead and scuttle all of those.
Abandoning ship.
They're just not worth it. They're costing me money and they don't have the range to get anywhere.
System update.
No reason to pay for them. Yeah, no, because you don't have the ability to get to any of these either. Yeah. No reason to do that.
System update.
We'll just continue ending our turns. Don't have much to do right now while we
System
wait
update.
to get the tech.
We've done it! And ahead of schedule.
Wonderful. Scientists made a breakthrough with pulsed fission drive. Research has completed ahead of schedule. Wonderful. Okay, now we can go ahead and get overthrusting if we wanted to build a pursuit version of our destroyers, but no, we don't really want that. Let's go ahead and research recombinant
This project could
fissionables,
be the big breakthrough you have been looking for.
because both of those combined will help quite a bit in terms of getting to these other locations.
System update.
Nothing to do this turn, and turn
System
again.
update.
Nothing else to do this turn. Go ahead and end again.
We have made a breakthrough, Commander.
Okay. Looks like we got that ahead of time as well, which is wonderful. That's going to take an age, so we're not going to do that. Nine turns for that. I think it's still just a little too long for my liking. Reflective coating could be nice. Orbital foundries would be nice, but it's just a little too time consuming. Don't really have a rush to go ahead and get better weapons right now, but it's about the only well, how long do I got for this? 3 turns for gene modification, which will increase population growth rate.
This project could be the big breakthrough you have been looking
And
for.
let's go ahead and design better ships. So pulsed fission and, well, so we go from a range of 9 to a range of 12 with just the pulsed fission. Add the recombinant fissionables and we go up to 15. I am going to also switch you out for hammerheads, and I just don't know if I want to stick to the Gauss cannons or go for red lasers. Gauss cannons do more damage, but but they don't fire as much or as quickly. It's not a massive change there, but there is a significant change in accuracy. More damage doesn't mean much if you can't hit your target, is my mentality. So we're going to go ahead and do that.
Design entered into naval archives.
Tanker, do the same thing. You should be pretty much exactly the same. I think you can stay with the standard command unless the hammerhead has some other advantage. Better turning speed and tactical speed. I mean, you shouldn't be in combat anyway, but I suppose it doesn't hurt for you to be able to do it better. If for some reason you do get dragged into a fight. Colonizer. I think similar mentality for you. You shouldn't need to fight, but on the off chance you do, it does help if you can defend yourself a little bit better. Now, yeah, I could have technically built these extended range armors, but they wouldn't really have much use in the grand scheme of things, because they would only improve their range. They would not impact the range of anything else in the fleet. So, sure, they might have been useful for exploring like it mentions here, but I suppose I can go ahead and design a better version just so I have it on the off chance I do need to build these.
Ship design ready for construction.
To at least explore, but I don't think we're going to do that if we can avoid it. So 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1.
Aye, Commander. We will have those ships out in no time.
How long to build all those? 3 turns for everything. That's actually pretty decent. I think we'll just wait for all of them to be done before we send them out.
System update.
Send you to your own fleet.
System update.
Okay, Delta Fleet, you are going to head to Ganai. Epsilon Fleet is going to head for Foundation. You aren't needed anymore, so you guys can be scuttled.
Abandoning ship.
And we're going to build another batch here.
Construction project initiated.
Just to double check. Yeah, that one is still too far. Range of 18.6.
Aye, sir.
Okay. Yep. Looks like we actually will be building one of the extended range just so that they can check out Alfeucci, or however it's pronounced.
System update.
Over time and over budget, but at least we finally have this tech, Director.
Oh, I didn't even notice that you guys were over budget, in all honesty. I was not paying any attention to that at all. Okay. Well, thank you guys for that. 7 turns for the orbital foundries, which will allow me to build bigger ships. It also has other bonuses. Lowers the financial cost of ship construction by 5%. You know what? Even if I don't build larger ships right away, that is still useful.
Drives to full.
Zeta Fleet is going to head for Epsilon Indy.
System update.
Wonderful. One thing actually I forgot to do. Let's go ahead and, oops, nope, all of those. Thank you. Save design.
Yes, sir. Ship design ready for construction.
We're going to go ahead and build some defense platforms around our capital. On the off
Construction
chance.
order placed, Commander.
On the off chance we got a hostile race nearby, and we're going to go ahead and colonize
Colonizer landing
both of these,
now, Commander.
because we are at that point in the game, the point in the game where being able to just colonize everything you possibly can is worth it. Ooh. Well, that's not great. We don't know what this is. There's some unknown menace. So this is going to be a random encounter here. Hopefully 4 destroyers, only 2 of which are really designed for combat, is going to cut it. Ooh, colony trap.
Ship's under attack! It's Black 14!
That's a fair bit of stuff.
Yes, sir. Fleet, engage at close range.
And we're not particularly accurate with our fire. They are constantly on us, but they don't really seem to be doing anything. Oh, no, they're pulling us towards the planet, actually.
We've lost a destroyer, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's, okay, that's not fun. One guy managed to survive. Where are you? Oh, you're one of the armors. Okay. I'm gonna have to... even the missiles can't quite catch it. These guys are... okay. Well, we're gonna have to research some better weapons that are, you know, actually effective, because these red lasers aren't cutting it. And I know exactly what we need, but the game does have a somewhat randomized research tree. So I don't know if we're gonna be able to actually get what I want. At least not quickly. But first thing, we need to research green lasers.
Computers online. Labs fully staffed.
Wonderful. Okay, that is ready to go. Let's go ahead and... damn, you guys built those fast. Now, also, realistically, I don't know how many of those there are. There were 4, but we also only sent 4 ships. It's possible that they will send however many we send of our own ships, so that's not exactly a valid option. I do want you to go ahead and build me another colonizer.
Construction project initiated.
So we can link up with Epsilon Fleet.
System update.
Drives to full.
You have 3 more turns to get to Epsilon Indy.
System update.
I would love to get a breakthrough on the green lasers. Those will help significantly.
System update.
Okay, you are cost prohibitive. So we will not be going to you. Let's go to
Aye,
Bernard
sir.
Star.
System update.
Epsilon Indy is affordable.
Landing area
We'll
prepped
colonize.
for colonists.
Go ahead and build me another colonizer. Thank you
Construction project initiated.
very much. Epsilon Fleet is going to head for
Engines to power,
Pascal.
aye.
One more. Actually, one thing I do want to do real quick, because it's just something I've noticed. I feel like the speech audio is just a tad bit too loud for my liking. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. How long would it take you guys to build one of these out of curiosity? 5 turns, okay. Go ahead and build them. I want you to have some defenses because you're out on the
Shipyards
frontier.
Getting up.
You, I assume, are going to be a lot long. Yeah, you would take 60 turns to build one.
System update.
Colonizer. Oh, okay, you found a faster way to get to Epsilon MD. Once we got to Foundation, so that's wonderful. Research is over budget.
System update.
Research is still over budget. Oh. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Well, this is different. The Swarm. Probably don't want to stay here if we can avoid it.
Ready, Commander. Yes, sir.
So we're gonna go ahead and attempt to retreat as soon as the game will let us. Well, not everybody's making it. In fact, nobody's making it. Way too many. Okay. Both of those systems are going to be tough nuts to crack.
Over time and over budget. But at least we finally have this tech director.
Wonderful. And hopefully you give me what I actually wanted. And the answer to that is no. I was hoping to get, well, we'll probably see it later, so maybe I don't spoil it. You have 100% accuracy, which might actually make you useful. I just don't know. I think for now we go ahead and go back to orbital 9 turns, jeez. Oh, does it not save your research?
This project could
No,
be
it
the
doesn't.
big breakthrough you have been looking for.
Well, that's a shame. Actually, you know what? No, we're gonna go with battle
Research
computers.
computers online.
I want to get a
Labs
CNC.
Fully staffed.
What do we have here? Bernard Star is tiny with not very many resources, but it is also relatively cheap to get to. You are out of... Yep, you are out of fuel to get anywhere, evidently. You would have to plot a sublight course. It's gonna take way too long. You've explored far enough, my friend.
Aye, sir. Abandoning ship.
Time for you to save me some money. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get the tech that I wanted, but we can still go ahead and upgrade our
Design entered
designs.
into naval archives.
Technically, upgrading colonizers and the
design
like
ready for
does make them a
construction.
little bit more expensive for stuff that they will likely not actually be
Design
using.
entered into naval archives.
But it does make life a little bit easier. You have not finished building all of yours. Go ahead and cancel those and oh, apparently I actually built any of them. That's perfect, actually.
Construction
So
project
cancel all of them
initiated.
and build the new ones. You are 30 turns, which is still prohibitively time consuming. You are 49 turns, which I consider time consuming. Okay. Now, question for you. Okay, you can get there. So once your colonizer arrives, you will be moving out. Out of curiosity, okay, you can actually get to there, so we will, I think, build another fleet of these, and we're gonna make it a little bit larger. We're gonna do 4 armors and a colonizer. Maybe 2 colonizers, because they're going to be a little bit out there, and it's going to take a while to get a new one.
Construction order placed, Commander.
System update.
Okay. And then one last colonizer waiting.
System update.
Wonderful. You go ahead and join Zeta Fleet, and from here you can either go to Mjolnir or Hynek. Hynek is closer. Let's go there. Yeah, we're not going to go for either of those places for the time being. This couldn't be colonized, correct? Yeah, correct. Okay. Bernard Star. I mean, I don't know if it's necessarily a choke point, because not everybody uses the same type of drives we do. So you might think, oh, well, get Bernard Star. You can use it as a choke point to prevent, you know, incursions to your home world, which only if we were playing against just humans.
Engines to power.
Let's go from Mjolnir. And you know what? I think we're going to go ahead and build another one of those fleets.
Shipyards getting up.
System update. System update.
Okay, Hynek. No reason not to.
A great day dawns. Another world for the Commonwealth.
It's going to slow down our research for a little bit while we actually try to get that colonized, but once it's fully up, it will be beneficial. So, you know, there might actually be benefits to prioritizing infrastructure first. Get you guys built up. You can do the terraforming later.
System update.
Okay, you're good to go. You go ahead and head for Bernard Star. You build me another set of colonizers and 2 more armors.
Construction project initiated.
To link up with Zeta Fleet. And actually, one thing I meant to do, but forgot about, is turn on the sensor network. Allow us to see the range in which we would pick stuff up once it is heading for us, as we will inevitably need to
update.
in the future.
System update.
Okay, you head to Hynek.
System update.
For you to... Okay, looks like next turn you will do your last one. Go ahead and do another turn then.
System update.
Yep, and you prioritize infrastructure, because the sooner you get your infrastructure done, the sooner you can then deal with the terraforming.
System update.
Mjolnir is cost prohibitive, so
Fleet moving out.
move on. You are over budget, aren't you? Yes, you are.
System update.
There we
Over
go.
time and over budget.
I got that.
But at least we finally have this tech director.
That's going to take far too long to research. take actually longer than it would have earlier. Let's go ahead and improve our missiles because they are about the most effective weapon we have available. And I think that's going to be the end of this part because we have now hit 45 minutes, which is typically what I will do for a series. So until next time, goodbye and farewell.